Differing opinions are actually ways that we can disagree and yet still get the very best result. It's not how we agree, but how we disagree that counts. Within our business, there are ways that it's okay to bring disagreements into the open. At platinum meetings, by having whiffles, by using our uplines. Remember, it's the way we do it that counts. During the Civil War, Lincoln went through at least 5 generals. While half the nation was condemning them for being incompetent, Lincoln had malice toward none and charity for all. His favourite quote was, judge not that ye be not judged. When his wife would speak harshly of southern people, Lincoln would not be drawn. He would just reply, don't criticise them, they are what we would be under different circumstances. This is all about not letting your emotions and feelings dictate your course of action. You have the ability to choose how you respond. In Covey's Habit 1, he takes us through a paradigm shift. He teaches us to act with initiative rather than to react with what life may offer us. Okay, up on the board there. Being proactive is more than taking initiative. It is accepting responsibility for our own behaviour, past, present and future, and making choices based on principles and values rather than on moods or circumstances. Proactive people are agents of change and choose not to be victims, to be reactive or to blame others. They do this by developing and using 4 unique human gifts: self-awareness, conscience, imagination, an independent will, and by taking an inside-out approach to creating change.
Well done, Janine.
Okay.
So that you're drawing a connection there between criticising, condemning and complaining. Because if we're criticising, condemning and complaining, guys, think about it. What is our mood?
React.
Right? And what Janine said is just wonderful. It's in all relationships, it's how we disagree.
He became proactive, he took responsibility. He chose to Lincoln, after lessons learned, earned great respect as a leader. As he lay dying, Secretary of War Stanton said, "There lies the most perfect ruler of men the world has ever seen." Okay, so let's think about this in our daily jobs. There are many instances where we could condemn, criticise, complain. Our FTMs, our clients, your upline, your downline, your colleagues, but it doesn't have to be that way. You simply choose to make it so. Okay, in this next scenario, just put yourself in this person's shoes. This gentleman's name was Bob Hoover. Okay, he was a famous test pilot and he was returning from an air show. At 300 feet, both engines stopped. Okay, due to his skills, he was able to land his plane, although it was badly damaged, but luckily no one was hurt. The very first thing he did was to inspect the fuel. As he suspected, jet fuel had been used instead of gasoline. As soon as he got back to the airport, he asked who had serviced his plane. Okay, so you can imagine, the young mechanic was sick with the thought of what his mistake could have cost. As Hoover approached the man, he could see tears streaming down his face. You can imagine Hoover's anger. What do you think he did? Do you think he sacked him? Do you punched him? You know, he'd almost killed him. What do you think he did?
Set him on fire.
Sorry.
Ask him to service his plane.
He put his arm around his shoulders and he said, "To show you, I'm sure that you'll never do this again, I want you to service my F-51 tomorrow." Okay, so why did he do that? Any takers? Well, he could see the mechanic's remorse for one. Okay, he could see he was taking responsibility for his actions. He was being accountable. He wasn't blaming anybody else. Hoover didn't let his emotions and feelings dictate his course of action. Sure, he would have been angry. He would have probably wanted to scold and criticise, but it wouldn't have been of any benefit to anybody. Okay, this for Hoover was now a win-win situation. He had an extremely good mechanic, okay, looking after his aircraft, and Hoover himself would feel safe whenever he went up.
And Janine, he's right.
It could be. The ability to think in terms of another's point of view and see things from their angle is immeasurable. Okay, so do we know somebody that we would like to change or improve? Takers?
Cool.
Okay, why don't we start with ourselves? Surely it's much more beneficial for us to start with ourselves, as this is something we can control. Okay, therefore making our circle of influence larger while shrinking our circle of concern. In our businesses, we need to build relationships. We need to know how to motivate people. We need to learn how to change people's paradigms and our own without them feeling resentment towards us and without us becoming offensive in doing so. We need to be genuine in our praise and our appreciation. We need to be careful not to confuse flattery with appreciation. Flattery is insincere, it's shallow. The definition of flattery can be said to be just telling someone precisely what he or she thinks of themselves. Okay, it's cheap praise. Appreciation is sincere and it comes from the heart. Okay, I know myself that, and Pete's testament to this, that in changing things I probably need to improve my communication skills. I know when I'm talking about something, things don't always come out as I'd mean them to, and I can't for the life of me why he looks at me sometimes. And he's just not getting what I'm saying. And after all, I'm sure I said it clearly enough, but his interpretation of what I've said isn't what I've meant. So that's just an example of just how easy it is that we can miscommunicate. Okay, so by trying to, to change that in yourself, I mean, it's got to be of a huge assistance to us both, I'm sure. So in summary, the message between these pages really is very simple. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. How can we do this? We do this through empathy. We can take a genuine interest in people. We learn to understand their interests and what motivates them. We give encouragement and praise, and we let them know that they are sincerely appreciated. We can learn academics from educational institutions, but we need to learn critical people skills to be able to get the very best from both our business and our personal lives. This is why each and every one of us needs to read this book. Well done.
Phil. And see, the best thing is that Susie.
That was so good.
Yeah. Did you go, wife? Can I let me look at you? In fact, you just did so much better than I thought you were going to do. And taking nothing away from... No, but I thought you were going to do a good job.
Yeah.
Maybe it was those ones the other day.
No.
Susie, that is wonderful. The enormous power. We're going to tap into the enormous power of you wonderful girls.
Yeah.
Okay?
Girl power.
Girl power, yeah. No, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, round of applause again. That's fantastic. Bill? Okay, and can we have you sign a release so we can put that up on YouTube, please?
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, why are we still here? Matt?